Hi everyone, I'm Kailey Diedrick, the Global Records Manager for the WSSA, and I've got Aaron with me, who's also from the WSSA. Say hi, Aaron.
Hello.
We're going to look at a few doubles videos, and we're going to show you the process of what we look at during video review.
For this session, we're going to focus on the kinds of scratches we see most in doubles, so we won't be focusing on every rule extensively as we look at these. Okay, let's look at the first one.
Okay, so in the doubles event, the stackers are stacking the cycle stack, and there are two specific rules that are only for doubles. And the first one is that each stacker must only use one hand. And the second rule is that during the upstacking phase and the downstacking phase, both partners must participate in each stack during those phases. And the exception to that is just in the downstack of the three between 3-6-3 and 6-6. And we'll show you that part.
And it's worth mentioning that first rule where you can only use one hand, each stacker can only use one hand, that extends to scratches, or fumbles I should say, and that includes if a cup goes off the table, you have to use the hand you're stacking with to pick up that cup. If for a judge or we see you pick up that cup with the hand you're not stacking with, that's a scratch.
That's right. Okay, so let's take a look at this video, and this is actually a clean run, but we're going to just show you all the different parts of the transitions to show you how to make this a clean run. So here they're going to start. Okay, so they just can't be putting their wrist on the timer, and they can't be touching any cups. And it looks like a clean start. All right, so in between each stack here during the upstacking phase, they have to release their hands. And they do here and here. They also have to release in between downstacking and upstacking. And they have to start each stack with two hands during the downstack. Okay. Now the first transition is in 3-6-3 into 6-6. Now the left-hand stacker can touch this 3-stack while the right-hand stacker is downstacking the last 3. The only thing they cannot do is this stack cannot begin to go up. They cannot lift this stack before this one is in column form. So let's check that right here. We see contact from the left-hand stacker, and that's okay. And now it begins to lift, but we see the right-hand stacker has put them in column form, so it's clear. And they release here, and they release here, so they're good. And now in this part right here, both stackers have to let go of their single cups before anyone can touch this 10 stack right here. And I see both hands are released. They both have to release right here before they downstack, so that's clear. And they finish up, and it's good. Okay. So now let's take a look at a few different examples where there are scratches, and these are the most common, and they specifically happen in transitions. So our first video here is a child-parent doubles. And let's start from the beginning here. We're going to check their start. No wrists, no contact on cups. They're good. They both have to release their hands here, and they do. And right there, they're clear. And they're clear here. Okay, they have to start their first one with two hands, and they do before they touch the second one. And now they use both hands to downstack the second one before downstacking the third, so they're clear. All right, coming up on the first transition, again, the left-hand stacker can touch this 3-stack while the right-hand stacker is downstacking. They just cannot lift. So let's check that right now. And we see the child starts to lift that 3-stack right here, and the parent has not completely downstacked that 3-stack into column form. So this is where a scratch would happen for hands on 2 stacks. And they release here. They release here, they start their downstack, and again, you have to let go of both single cups before touching the 10, so we see that right here, it's clear. And once the 10 stack is up, they have to let go before starting their downstack, and it's clear. Okay, and they finish up their downstack. All right, so again, this one would have been a scratch for hands on 2 stacks. Let's take a look at the next one.
Another child parent. We see a lot of scratches in child parents just because the child stacker is usually a lot faster than the parent. You know, if you're doing that, you got to make sure that you're waiting for the slower stacker to kind of catch up to you, or you'll probably run into a hands on 2 stacks or transition scratch.
Right, we see it a lot. Okay, so let's check their start. There was no wrist, and they are not touching any cups. Okay, so in the upstacking phase, you cannot have hands on 2 stacks. And we see the parent is still holding on to the 3 stack while the child begins touching that 6 stack. And so this is a scratch right there. Okay, they let go in between there, so they're clear. And they release here. Okay, they got to start this down stack with 2 hands before going to the second one. We're good. And you have to touch the second one. Parent has to touch this one before the child can down stack the third. And I see contact from the parent, so we're clear. All right, gonna upstack the 6, and they have to release, upstack, and release. All right. Okay, the first, we got the 1-10-1, and they're doing the upstack right here. So the child cannot touch that 10 stack until the parent puts down the single cup. But we're seeing right here, there is contact, and so this part right here is a scratch for hands on 2 stacks.
Now,
and this is the most common scratch.
It's important to note here, too, that this is slightly different from some of those transitions where you can touch that stack, but you can't lift. This one, you can't even touch it, right?
That's right. This is the upstacking phase of the 1-10-1, and in that phase, you cannot be touching 2 parts at the same time. All right, so we'll let them finish their upstack. And they're actually clear here with the down stack. They are not touching anything. Okay, and they finish up. Okay, so again, that would have been a scratch. And we'll check out one more video, and it's another child parent. We'll check their start. Got no wrists on there, no touching cups in the beginning. We're good. All right, so let's check the hands on 2 stacks in the upstacking phase. We're gonna see if the parent releases before the child touches. Oh, okay, right here, the parent is still holding on to the 3 stack, and we see movement from the child on the 6 stack. So this is a scratch for hands on 2 stacks. They release here, and they release there, so that's good. They have to start the first one with 2 hands before touching the second stack. So the parent has to touch this stack, and let me go back 1 frame. I do see movement from the child on the 6 stack, and the parent has not even touched the first stack. So here's another infraction for the down stacking part. Okay, so now let's check the upstack. They have to release, and they do. They release here. They start this. They have to start the first 6 with 2 hands before they can do the second 6. And the parent is moving that top cup as I go back and forth between these 2, so it's clear. All right, they let go of the single cups. There's a fumble there, so okay, he fixes it. And they do let go here, so we're clear. All right, so now this is going to be a transition. This is the 1-10-1 down stack, but it's also transitioning into the 3-6-3. And the parent has to finish upstacking this 10 stack before the child can touch the single stack or the single cup on the side. So let's keep going a little bit more. All right, so we see the child has picked up the single cup as the parent is still upstacking. The child is trying to downstack, the parent is upstacking. You cannot upstack and downstack at the same time. So this is hands on 2 stacks. And they'll finish up. Okay. All right, so these were just a few examples of scratches that occur in the doubles event, and most of them occur during the transition. So again, just best practice for the faster stacker to wait a little bit for their partner to catch up so that you don't incur that infraction. But if you want to see any of the other potential scratches that might happen in some of these other events, we encourage you to check out our other videos.
All right, thank you. See you on the next one.